Now let's see how we can do a mail merge in Microsoft Word. Mail merge means that you have two documents. You have one, which we have over here, which is our master document. This is what we're going to be using. This is the main text that we're sending out. But we want to be able to merge or put in information from some other list. And so that's what we have over here on this side. We have a list here where we have a first name, a last name, and a grade for 5 different people. And what we'll end up with is 5 different documents that have these names in here in the right places. And so let's see how we're going to do that. So first thing I'm going to do, let me make this larger so that we can see it better. Okay, you go here to where it says Mailings. This is in Microsoft Word, and they make it very easy for you. So you click on Mailings, you're going to start a mail merge. So let's click on that. These are going to be letters. That's normally what you're doing. Okay, there are other things, special things you could do, but in this case we're doing letters. Okay, and in fact I'm going to do this step-by-step mail merge wizard. That makes it even easier. So you see over here now what type of document I'm doing: letters. Okay, so then after you do that, at the bottom of the screen there's a button that will say Next. So we start the document. Then it says use the current document. This is what I'm starting with. Okay, I've already got it. If I needed to type something new, I could do that here to start from something else, but I'm going to use the current document. So then there's a button at the bottom that says Next, so I do that. Now, select the recipients. The recipients are the people that are going to go to. Remember, that was the other document that was, okay, this list right here. Okay, so these are the recipients, the people I'm going to mail it to. Okay, so I'm going to use an existing list, and it says use names and addresses from a file or a database. So I browse, and you come up with this type of thing here. Okay, so we come up with this, and here is my mail merge data. Okay, that was how I saved that file. So I'm going to click on that. Okay, now it shows me who my recipients are. It says data source, and it shows the data source. It shows here's the last name, here's the first name, here's the grade. Okay, that's the list. So I check that and I say, is that the right people I'm sending it to? That's just to double check that I've got the right list. Okay, I'm going to click OK. So now I've done that. Now at the bottom right, there's a button that will say Next. So we click Next. It says write your letter, and I've already done that. Okay, but what you have to do here is you're putting information. Now you need to tell Word where to put those things that you just said. Okay, the first name and the last name and the grade. You want to tell them where that's going to go in the document. Okay, so I'm going to, instead of this, it says first name, I'll highlight that, delete it, and then over here I click more items. Well, now here are the items. Here they're called fields in my data document. So I wanted the first name, so I click that, click insert, and then I click close. Now if you'll notice right here carefully, there's not a space after this little thing that says first name before the next word. I need a space there, or the first name will just run into that word. So be sure you put a space there. Be sure that they're not running together. Okay, now here's the next one. It says last name. Okay. Click more items. There's last name. Insert, close, and let me put my space in there that I need. Okay. Next, I wanted to put their grade right here. So, grade, insert, close. I've got grade, and I made sure that I kept a space there. Now look down here. I want the first name and the last name, and I want a comma in between them. Normally you don't do that, but I'm just doing this for demonstration. So let's say we take our first name, more items, first name, insert. Now close, then I've got a comma there. Then I have the last name, more items, last name, insert, and close. Okay, I need to put the space in there, so I'll have it in there. And so I've got a space here, I've got the comma, the space. Okay, so I've put, these are called fields, and you'll notice if you click on it, it kind of highlights the whole thing in gray. That shows that what's going to print is not this word first name, but it's going to pull whatever is in the first name column and put that word in here. Same thing here for last name, same thing here for grade. So we go back over here to the right side. Down at the bottom it says next, so we click next. Now notice what happens. This is a preview. Okay, here's the first one on the list. Here's the last name. Okay, here's the first name up here. Okay. Here's the grade right here. And then here's that where I had first name, comma, last name. Okay, now over here where it says preview the letters, notice you can do, okay, recipient 1. If I click on the little arrows, it says, okay, who's the next one on the list? So just so I can preview it. Here's Mary Johnson. Mary Johnson has a grade of 95. And 3, you see how it's putting those names in these documents. So you could check all of them out if you want to make sure they all look right. And after you do that, then it says next, complete the merge. So when you complete the merge, it's going to ask you, okay, do you want to print each one of these out? If you do, you're going to print 5 different letters with the 5 people's names in it, or you can edit individual letters. Now for this assignment, I want you to do that, where you edit individual letters, because what that's going to do, if you click that, it'll merge all of them. That means all 5 records. If you wanted to, you could just do numbers 1 and 2, something like that. In this case, I want you to do all of them. You click OK. Now you've got a new document here. Notice it just gave it a name, letters 1, but first page here is for Bill Jones. If you scroll down to the next page, here is Mary Johnson, and so on. And you could scroll through all of them, and you would see that you have 5 pages for the 5 different recipients. So that's how you're going to do a mail merge.